everybody. How are you? I'm back to do one more tarot react before I head to bed and I curl up with Queen Booger because she's already in bed. She had her zoomies earlier and now she's curled up beneath the covers and she's waiting for me to join her. So, one more tarot react and then I'm going to shut my eyes and curl up with the Queen. So, let's talk about Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty 2 days ago said she was leaving YouTube. But those of us who react to her and those of you that watch Foodie Beauty, we're familiar with her patterns. She says she's leaving, but she never leaves. So let's rewind a bit. First, Foodie Beauty did a stream where she was encouraging her viewers to send her money via PayPal and Super Chats for fall content. She wanted $5,000. And yet, she couldn't justify why she needed that much, where exactly the money would be going, or what the expenses for her trip would be. She didn't lay anything out. So she wanted $5,000. She did the stream on Labor Day at the first of the month when rent is due. And she honestly thought that she was going to make bank. Although common sense should have told her she wasn't going to make bank on Labor Day, especially with everybody had just paid their rent. I mean, that's when people are the most strapped for cash. But she tried it and she failed. I heard that she only made $1 through Super Chats. So that was a bust. And then the very next stream that she did, she was obviously very salty and very angry that she did not make any money on Labor Day. And she claimed that she was going to quit YouTube. She said that it wasn't fun for her anymore, that Salah did not want her to stream anymore. Do I think that her coming online and saying she was quitting was a bit of a power play? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think her and Salah had a bit of a fight, perhaps, about money. And so Foodie tried to pull the power play and say, well, fine, I'll quit YouTube then. And I don't know what happened after that stream, but somehow, some way, Salah got her to calm down, because the next stream after that, and it took less than 12 hours for her to decide that she wasn't going to quit YouTube, she was a bit calmer this time. So I don't know if he got her some food or what happened, but she calmed down. I also think, as far as the I'm leaving and quitting YouTube stream, for the most part, I think that Foodie Beauty is looking for some kind of emotional reaction. She wanted people in her own audience to beg her to stay, and she didn't get that reaction. People in her audience were saying, well, if you want to go, go. Like, we're going to miss you, but if that's what you need to do for your health, then that's what you need to do. So she was looking for, I feel, a bigger emotional reaction from people. She was needing some attention, and that fell flat. So she failed in grifting once again for money, and she failed with getting some kind of emotional reaction out of her audience. Foodie just isn't getting it. She's wearing people out and she's burning people out with a constant grifting. She grifted about 3 weeks ago using Sasa to make money, which she then turned around and used for a trip to Qatar to sit in a hotel room, and just eat her little heart out. So 3 weeks ago, she did the big grift. She made money with the big grift using a child. And then 3 weeks later, doing another grift. She just can't stop grifting. So I know that this reading by Sunburst Tarot, it's titled Foodie Beauty is leaving YouTube. Obviously, she didn't leave YouTube. Obviously, she's still streaming. But there's still some really good insight here. And I wanted to give my thoughts. So I'm just going to go ahead and react to it. So let me just go ahead and bring up the screen. Okay. And I'll leave a link for the original video down below in the description. Let me just go ahead and blow this up. There we go. And I hope you guys enjoy. So let's do this.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Sunburst Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a reading on the one, the only Foodie Beauty. I haven't done an update on her for a really long time, or not a really long time, but a while. And I want to see what's going on with her. She just apparently came on and said, y'all, I'm no, not traveling. She's going to be off of YouTube for a while.
Yeah, for a while, actually translated to 12 hours. And we knew that was going to happen. Anybody who's been watching Foodie for a while knows she can't stay away for very long because what else is she going to do? It's not like she's going to leave YouTube and get a job in Syria. She's not supposed to be working over there, period. She's supposed to be a tourist. So what else is she going to do? She's not even back in Canada where she can get a regular job. So leave YouTube? Nah, I don't think so.
She's doing the Amberlynn read. I'm going off YouTube, and then I'm only going to podcast bees, aka just come and talk and not have her camera on. I'm going to take a look into what's going on.
Yeah, like everybody's been saying that too, that Foodie is copying Amber. Although Amber can afford to stay away for real. Foodie cannot, and everybody knows it.
On what's caused this and the such. So without further ado, let's get into it. But there's things first. Remember, everything that I'm saying is a legend and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So let's take a look at what's kind of going on in Foodie Beauties, aka Chantal Marie Sorrow's energy in the current moment, especially in this whole I'm quitting YouTube sort of sense. So the hermit, she wants to go away from people, places, and or things for a while. Uh, why is this? Because of her husband, because of her relationship. I don't know what's going on between her and Salah currently. We will take a look into that. But it's like, I want to be alone with my partner. I want to be alone with the people around me. Because from a material influence here, it's like, I need to go and make money somewhere.
Yeah, because she can't make money in Syria. I mean, the internet is not the best over there. In fact, it's been very, very spotty, very, very laggy. So she's not able to live stream as long or as much as she wants to, which cuts into her profit margin. Also, what it affects if she does feedy content normally on the side, and that's her side hustle, and that's where the bulk of her income has been coming from, she can't even do feedy content. And let's also not forget about the fact that she's in a house with other people, so she doesn't have a private space. And for Foodie to do the kind of content that she wants to do, she needs a private space. So she doesn't have a private space while in Syria, no privacy, very spotty internet, and not big time access to nationally known fast food brands, which is what the feedies require. They want to see fast food brands that they recognize. They don't want to see the off brands. They want to see like KFC, Burger King, McDonald's, like American brand uh, fast food. They don't want to see the off brands. They're not going to get the same thrill out of it. So she's having trouble doing the feedy content. She's having trouble doing the regular YouTube content. When she comes on YouTube, it's hard for her to turn the camera on because that takes up a bit of bandwidth. So she's very, very limited to what she can do. And that's part of the reason why her money is dropping.
I need to go make money.
Mm-hmm.
With the hermit card here, this also could be travel. It's like, I need to travel for a relationship to make money.
So it sounds like for Foodie to make money, she's got to raise money in order to go somewhere like Qatar so she can stay at a hotel, do the feedy content, and then bring all the money back to Salah. Maybe that's the bulk of the money that she gives him is stuff that she does on the side. So every so often she has to leave and go somewhere else to do the feedy content because she can't do it in Syria.
Because the hopes and fears here is the judgment. what is she being called out for? What is the judgment? What, like, her hopes and fears, like, I want people in my community, like, I want to be outed to my community. I want my community talking. I want people around me talking. I want to control other people and what they're saying, what they're doing, how they're doing it. It's like it's the judgment day. The trumpets are coming in. Is the hopes and fears. It's like my
I would like to just add something in here, just because I know that Foodie watches the tarot readers, and she might even watch my tarot reacts. I know she comes to my channel, and I know she watches the tarot reacts for sure. She's very interested in what the tarot readers have to say, on the insight they have to give. Unfortunately, she doesn't take the knowledge and do with it what she should. She doesn't take in the downloads and take in the input and say, wait a minute, let me just think about what they're saying for a minute and see if it's valid, if it's something that I need to ponder on and think about. Nope, that's not Foodie. I think the main reason she listens to the tarot readers is to kind of get an idea of what might be coming down the road, getting insight for that, to find a way to sidestep whatever it is that might be there. But here's the thing, Foodie, that is not a fail-safe to avoiding disaster. That is not a fail-safe for avoiding consequences to your actions or avoiding disaster altogether. The damage that you've already done, the hurt that you've already caused, and the hurt that you keep causing, there's no avoiding the backlash from that. Not at all. I know you're trying to use the tarot readers as a cheat sheet to what might be coming, what might be happening. And so you may be watching the tarot readers, not really for insight, so you can reflect on yourself and what you're doing and do better. You're looking for little disasters that might be coming at you and finding your way around them. But consider this. You might be using the tarot readers as a way to avoid the potholes in the road, but by doing that, you might be stepping into bigger potholes. By thinking that you're smart and thinking, I can just sidestep the potholes that the tarot readers tell me about, and then just be diving right into a bigger one. Because all that bad energy, all those hurtful words, all those hurtful deeds, they're still stacking up. So you can hop over a hole, you can tunnel under it, you can fly over it, but it's still there. And until it's properly dealt with, it's just going to get bigger, and the fall is going to be that much deeper. Just thought I'd let you know.
judgment day is coming in.
Mhm.
Unseen obstacle, the hanged man. She is being forced to see life in a new perspective. The ties have been cut off. The show is over, and now it is just real life. That's the unseen obstacle here. She's now having to just deal with real life. She wants to just have to deal with real life, things going on around her. The negative influence here, though, is the world card up right. She's trying to be sneaky. She's trying to, it's like she wants to start something new. It's like who I was on one platform, I am trying to now be on a different platform. And then when I say platform, this could just mean the YouTube platform to a different platform, or this could be just her platform online to a more in-person platform. It's like she's having two different personas, the Mariam persona and the Foodie Beauty persona.
Yeah, and therein lies the problem. And Foodie's going to hate me for saying this, although it is the truth. Chantal, when you came up with the Foodie Beauty persona, the Foodie Beauty persona for YouTube made you money, did it not? The Foodie Beauty persona that you created for YouTube, the over exaggerated caricature, gross, vulgar, wacky, silly, party yourself, that persona made you money. Why because it was close to what you really were. But the moment you decided to be Mariam, which is very much not like you, the complete opposite of you, that persona has cost you money. Trying to be Mariam is making you broke. It literally is making you broke. You're losing so much money living in this fake, phony persona that is not like you at all. You're losing money just trying to live in this life and this image that is the total opposite of you. It is a disguise, it is a costume that it's too tight, it's too restrictive, it does not fit. Versus the Foodie Beauty persona, which totally fits. Like the trying to be Mariam has been very expensive and has cost you a lot of money. And every day it costs you even more money and it's making you miserable. And yet you're holding on to it. Why? Why is it important to hold on to it? Because you don't want to be alone. You look at being alone as the worst thing in the world. It's its own purgatory. You are determined, you are dogged determined to have someone by your side and put out this image of I'm married, I love my husband loves me. Here's a little pro tip. Just because you come on camera and say you're married, just because Salah might be in the background, no one, and I mean no one, believes the two of you are married. Salah isn't married to you. He's married to a contract, an agreement. It is all financial. There is no emotional bond there. The two of you don't have that kind of energy. You never did. You never will. You're holding on to a man that don't care about you. And if the money ever disappeared, he'd be gone in a heartbeat. The only thread holding you two together is the green thread of money. You snip it, he'll walk. And your money is dipping lower and lower by the day. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I feel that when is coming up very, 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 very soon. Because you're not doing your due diligence to make money. You're exhausting every effort to get that money in pocket. You keep going to your beezers, begging for money. And you're not acknowledging the fact that they're all tapped out. They've got their bills to pay. They've got their rent to pay. They're having to buy groceries. Have you been to the grocery store lately here in the States? It's expensive to buy food. The cost of food is going up. The cost of rent is going up. People are just struggling to make ends meet. They got to worry about their own expenses and they make far less than you. So if they don't have it for themselves, they can't give it to you, especially as often as you ask for it. And yet you're not being prudent and hanging on to your money and being smart with it. You're still spending money like you're still making $20,000, $30,000 paychecks. You're not acknowledging that times have changed, that YouTube has changed, the economy has changed, that times are hard for anybody that watches you, that money is not plentiful anymore. Nope, you're still spending it like it's always going to be there, and it's not. You've exhausted all your efforts to grift. You've used a child to make money. You've used animals. That's the only way you make money anymore, is if you use something that is not you to make money. You know what to do to make money. You just don't want to do it, because that would require you letting go of Salah, as you should, and going back to Canada and just being yourself, your real self, your authentic self, not the phony Mariam persona, which is not you and never been you. You want to make money? Be real. That's how you make money. Be real. Stop being this fake phony. I'm a traditional wife. I'm married crap. Ain't nobody buying it. No matter how cheaply you try to sell it.
And I feel like that's the negative influence here, is that she's trying to lead two different lives right now, and leading these two different lives is draining her a lot. Because what's going for her is the Empress, mom. But I also see this as she has a lot of money. She still has a lot of power. She still has a lot of resources. She is the land. She is the cornucopia of food, of materials, of resources for people. She's the land of milk and honey. That's what's going for her. I also feel like there's a lot of people who want to give her food, or money, or other things, whether this is privately.
Yeah, Chantal's a grifter. She's a scammer. And grifters and scammers, they could have $10,000 in the bank, but they'll always claim that they're broke. Why? Because as long as they claim that they're broke and in a state of distress and poverty, people might feel sorry for them and give them money. Chantal could have 10 grand in the bank and claim that she's got nothing. Why? Because she's selfish and she's stingy. And she doesn't want to spend her fun money. Her fun money is also her emergency money. Like, she's got money put away, y'all. She's very, very, very stingy. She's got money hidden away that Salah doesn't know about. I don't know where exactly, but she's hiding it. She's socking it away just in case she needs it, just in case she has to get out of Syria. She's got a plane ticket to go back home. For her to be a tourist anywhere, she's got to have a return ticket, so that's already bought. And she's got money to travel. She just doesn't want to spend it. She wants to spend everyone else's money before she touches a penny of her own. And she doesn't like giving money to people. So she's going to try to get away with giving as little as possible. She's just a hoarder when it comes to money and food.
Or like through her PayPal. Like that's what's kind of going on here. Here in the past, so the Chariot, what is going on with this move? It's like, I need to move, I need to leave, because I need to go out on my own and be alone for a while. And now here in the future, it's the High Priestess to do some magicy things. But also it's like, I need to connect up with my higher self, do what I need to do, see who I need to see, is kind of the general vibe around her. Because here at this is like, it's the ending of a story. Something's being revealed here. This is like, why is she wanting to get off of the internet? It's like, for her real self, she's had a character break. It's the ending of one story. Now she's got to go figure out what the next one is. Why is this? Because of overindulgence in vices. Y'all, she's gonna go do her adult yum yum community stuff somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's trying to travel and go do, because she needs to go make money. Because the hopes and fears here, the material, she needs to go make money. She has to go make money somewhere else. That is legitimately why she's getting off of YouTube. She is having to go make money somewhere else because she's learning that YouTube won't make her the amount of money. The hopes and
I just want to point this out. Sunburst Tarot did a previous reading where she said in the previous reading that Chantal would want to leave Syria but be unable to. Maybe this is it. Chantal wanted to leave Syria at least for a little while to go do her other work, but would not be able to have the funds to go do so. Maybe she does have the funds, but if she came up with the funds all of a sudden, that would raise questions with Salah of like, where did you get this money? She's trying to keep that money hidden, I feel, and just reveal only so much to him.
fears here is the moral compass, authority, personal discipline, safety. With a that's the sound of the police. There's something else going on here. Not 100% certain what it is, but is there law enforcement getting involved?
Oh,
That she's like, now is good. Now people are gonna learn about something. whether this is from authorities or people on high, because the unseen obstacle here, it's time to move on from the old, see things new, letting go. That's the unseen obstacle. She's refusing to let things go, but she has to let things go, because the negative influence here is she's got bad intentions, bad karma, ill intentions that are, it's like, you got to start this new cycle here, honey. What you've been doing in the dark will now come to the light, because what's going for her, unexpected good news. She's got a lot of people who want to work with her, because here in the past, you wanted to do all these hidden magical protections about moving different places, secret societies, working with the occult. And here in the future, you're going to need. She's trying to protect herself and what she's going to be doing here in the future, because she's got a big ass moment that's about to be revealed and she feels it. So she's like, I need to protect myself. I don't know what the frickety frick's going on here, but the next new moon at the bottom of the deck, the next new moon, whenever that, I think we're having the full moon coming up here soon. I think the next new moon is going to be middle of September sometime, or the ending of September. So kind of probably around that payday again, like the 24th, the 25th maybe of September. But that's new beginnings, fresh starts, dark night of the soul. We're going to have some new stuff coming in, boys and girls. It seems like.
Maybe it has to do with the size of her check. I don't know exactly how much Foodie gives Salah to stay in Syria, like what her expenses might be, but if she tries to shortchange him, that's not going to go over very well.
And that's why she's getting off of YouTube. I think she might be going somewhere. I don't know where she's going, but she's going somewhere to make money. And as she's going to there to make money somewhere, it's.
And I have a question for Chantal. Okay, let's just say you did leave Syria and go to Qatar or another location to go do your other content to make money. What is the point? You're going to go somewhere, make a little bit of cash, and then go back to Syria? You are miserable in Syria. And if the argument is, well, because if I try to go back to Canada, I won't have a place to stay. Well, you've got money socked away. I don't know how much, and I really don't care. But you got enough to get you started for at least a little while. You know, like you can start over. But does it make sense to leave Syria and just briefly go somewhere for a week or two and then come back and sit in a house and be miserable and be around people that don't want you there? Like, what purpose does that serve? Does it make any sense? All for what? For a guy that doesn't care about you. He just cares about the money. He hates your guts. I mean, he's been snippy on camera with you before. You can't control him no matter what you do. So why not just let it go and go home? And that way you can make money all the time and say whatever you want with no restriction.
Going to cause some hullabaloo. She's trying to manifest money. She's trying to manifest big things coming her way. So
I got some words to say about that. So, Foodie, you're all about the manifestation. Maybe you're feeling, if I think about it long enough and hard enough, if I do enough rituals or spells, then whatever I want will come to me. It will be effortless. It won't require any work. Let me tell you something, Foodie. Lean in. It doesn't matter who you are. If you say a prayer, if you do a ritual, if you do a spell on someone for something, once you do the ritual or say the prayer or do the spell, you have to put the work in. There's no getting around that. I know you've been working hard to get around that, but you just can't. Example, if somebody out there, they want a new job because they don't like their old job. You might do a spell or ritual or say a prayer for a new job, but it's not going to go anywhere if you're not actively looking for a job. and talking to people and putting yourself out there. Same thing with, I want a lot of money. Okay, so you want a lot of money. You do a ritual, a prayer, a spell for money. But if you're not opening the road for that money to come to you, the money can't find you. You see? So by just trying to do the manifestation and do a ritual or say a prayer or do a spell for money, if you're just sitting in a house, not doing anything, not being active, not being proactive, whatever it is you're trying to do and manifest is not going to work. It's not going to be successful. You have to be proactive. I know you hate work, but you got to put the work in. You just got to.
Why was she so mad earlier today?
Yeah, why was she
What
mad?
put you such in a foul mood, a pissy mood, as one would say? What's got Chantal in such a pissy mood? What's got Chantal in such a pissy mood today? She's coming on here, yelling at reactors, being mad, just being just all around bitchy. So, what's going on? What's the cause of this? Her and Salah fought. The lovers reversed. I think he doesn't
Knew
want to
it.
be with her anymore. The lovers reversed.
Yep, I knew it. Because Chantal has a pattern that if she's got a problem with somebody in her personal life, she won't go to them and have a knockdown, drag out fight and just keep the energy to that person that's giving her an issue. She'll take out her anger on everybody else before she takes out her anger on that person. And she might have some words with that person, but the bulk of her anger will be elsewhere, especially if the person in question that made her mad is a man and she wants to keep that man around. She's not going to let go of 100% of her anger on that man because she doesn't want the man to go away. And in this case, she's depending on Salah for everything. So she's not going to go too far with Salah. No. She's going to take out her anger on everybody else that is not him. Even though we have nothing to do with the bad mood, we're just easier targets.
This is the breakdown, the separation between one and another. This is also codependency, trying to break down. Why is this? Because the contracts, agreements, business agreements of which we had. The business agreement is breaking down. This contract is breaking down. We need to separate. The money isn't here anymore. Because from material influence, the Nine of Wands, we've been walking on a lot of eggshells. We've been manipulating others to see what we've been seeing from a material sense, but we cannot manipulate others much anymore
No,
because the hopes and fears, heartbreak, sorrow, breakups, not being together, unseen obstacles. The strength card, though, someone's going to try and push through and keep kissing the ring to essentially be. To me, this is someone who's been doing some ritual type of work to be like, I want this person. I want this person. I will kiss the ring. I will go to the big bad and the scaries to get what I want. And I will do whatever it takes to get there. Because the negative influence here, someone got butthurt, backstab, betrayal, not feeling good. Because what's going for her, the 10 of Wands, it's time to release the burden. She was unloading all of her burdens, all of the struggles that she was having onto her community today. Because here in the past, yeah, you got caught. You got trying to be strategic and sneaky, and you weren't able to get. And now she's gonna have to go try something new with the Knight of Wands upright. She's gonna be like, I have different ideas that I want to go and try. I'm trying to put new creative solutions out there to get people on my side.
Yeah, the manipulations just aren't working anymore. They're not working with the Beezers. They're not working with Salah. And do you want to know why that is, Foodie? And you should know this as someone that you've scammed and lied all your life. Or maybe you haven't learned this lesson yet. When you're a scammer, when you're a liar, when you are a manipulator and you're just playing deceptive games with people, the con is over when people catch on to what you're doing. If you're playing a deceptive, evil game with people, The moment that your audience catches on to what you're doing and they figure things out, it's time to stop the game. Because whatever it is you're trying to do is not going to work. And you, foodie, are guilty of using the same tactics over and over and over and over and over again. Hence the reason why the beezers have caught on to what you're doing. The girl world has caught on to what you're doing. You have so many hardwired patterns that it's easy to catch on to what you're doing and predict your next move before you make it, because you make the same moves over and over and over again. There's nothing new. There's nothing unpredictable. There's nothing unexpected. It's the same book over and over and over and over and over again. And you're running the same scams repeatedly, in the same way repeatedly. Hey, give me money, but you don't say why. You promise receipts that never come. And people are tired of it. They are worn out, they are exhausted, and they're tired of the lies. They're tired of the games. They're tired of the empty promises. You're not even smart enough to switch things up for a while. It's the same stuff over and over. Therefore, the game is over. That is why when you go to the well now and you put your bucket in, it's coming up dry with nothing but sand and dirt in it. Your well of plenty has dried up. You can't just rely on other people to give you money, to be fooled into giving you money. Not when you come online and say, I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay bills. My husband pays for everything. Okay, that means you don't need money from people then, right? So why are you asking? The things you say do not make sense. You constantly contradict yourself. And your audience is tired of being treated like an ATM, where they're always giving and giving and giving and you never give back. Not even doing giveaways or charity streams. They're done being your bank, and you constantly withdrawing but never depositing anything.
To get back in their good graces. I think a lot of this is having to do with I can't manipulate the people around me anymore,
No,
especially in this contractual relationship.
no.
And she's trying to do some magic-y type of work here to get them to keep her and or stay. I don't know what she's trying to do, but that's what I'm seeing. So, what else can we know here about Foodie Beauty? What else should we get to know about her? Chantal, you need to loosen up something with your throat. It is so tight right now, and I want to cough, and it's.
You know what? When I was watching this reading the first time, I just felt something right here. Foodie, I don't know what's going on with your chest. Is there something going on with your breathing? Like you're having a hard time breathing, especially when you get up and move, you're having a hard time breathing. You need to go to the hospital. You need to have your lungs checked. Are you getting enough oxygen? Something's going on with your lungs. Something's going on with your breathing. I'm not hearing it's not like a regular cold. I don't think it's like you caught a cold and maybe that's it. But you need to have your lungs checked. There's something going on with your breathing. You're not breathing right.
There's so much that's wanting to burst and bubble out from the throat right now. Also, I hope she doesn't sleep laying down at all, because there's so much pressure in the throat. So much pressure. It's hard to breathe.
I think she sleeps standing. Excuse me. I think she sleeps sitting up. I think that's the only safe way that she can sleep due to her weight. I don't think it's comfortable for her to sleep on her side. It might not be safe for her to sleep on her side. It's certainly not safe for her to sleep on her back, because then all of the weight is pushing back on her lungs or her diaphragm. I think the safest way for her to sleep is to sleep like in a sitting up position, like half sitting on the couch and laying like this. That way, like her throat is more opened up and there's no chance of the weight stopping her from breathing.
It's super hard to breathe. Also, what's going on with her eyes? Like, her eyes feel like they want to bulge out of my sockets right now. Like,
That might be diabetic retinopathy.
your diabetes, the is it neuroretinopathy thingy-mabobber? Like, something with the eyes are wanting to bulge out. They hurt, they're sore, they're swollen all the time. All right, what else do we need?
I wonder if that has to do with her staying up late at night, because I feel Foodie is a night owl. Like it's not uncommon for her to be up from like midnight till 6 in the morning. She's up all night and she sleeps all day. So I'm gonna take a guess, Foodie. Just a guess now, just a guess. I don't know for sure. You tell me. But your vision is already not that great. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing glasses. I'm wearing reader glasses. My vision sucks. It happens when you get older. Sometimes your vision just is not that great. I have to wear readers, or if I take off my glasses, if I like I'm looking at the clock on my computer, like the numbers look kind of fuzzy. When I put the readers on, it magnifies it and I can see it. But I'm gonna take a guess, Foodie, that since you are up late at night, maybe sitting in the dark and you've got your phone in front of you and it's kind of a tiny screen, like your eyes are really straining to watch YouTube or movies or texting people back and forth, like looking at something in the dark on a bright ass screen, that can strain the eyes, especially for several hours. Pardon me, excuse me. So, like, if you're up for hours and hours and hours every night, looking at a bright computer screen or a phone screen, get that bright light in your eyes, your eyes are already strained, they're already tired, your vision's not so good, and you don't even have proper glasses. You don't even have a proper prescription. You're wearing cheap readers that Salah gave you. Your eyes are already under pressure and they already hurt. So maybe sleep at night more so than the daytime.
Need to know here from Miss Foodie Beauty from an audience perspective. I'm hearing 9. I don't 9, the month of September could be 9 days, 9 months, it's 9. Uh what else do we need to know? Something is really wrong with her throat and her jaw. Her lower jaw is really bad. She needs some teeth pulled
Yeah.
as well. Something's going on with her teeth needing to get pulled.
And by the way, Foodie, having rotten teeth or bad teeth, that can lead to a lot more complications than just a toothache. I'm just telling you, that can lead to a whole lot of problems. That is not something you want to mess around with.
Something's really wrong with her jaw and the teeth there. One is almost feels like it's rotting out in the back of my mouth.
Ooh,
Oh, it hurts. All right, what else is going on here? The Ace of Wands reversed. Why is this? Two of Wands reversed. She's not sure which way to go. She's burnt out. She's got no more ideas about where to go. She's trying to figure out her next steps, but nothing seems to be panning out. Nothing seems to be working. Because from material influences, she's got a lot of burdens. Someone or something either failed to pay her or give her money in some way, and it's causing a lot of issues. Because the hopes and fears here, again, the strength card, she's trying to look to other people she's trying to kiss the ring to other people to give her strength, to give her money, to give her energy, to give her power, to give her resources, to do different things. The unseen obstacle, though, is everyone's done with her. She
mhm.
has no more friends. She has no more allies. Also, is there a third person here that she's like getting really, really upset with? Because like she's being, when I see this card, I also see it as like I'm the third wheel.
That sounds like Salah's first wife. Foodie might be feeling like the third spoke in the wheel because there is a woman in Salah's life that he really does care about, perhaps even the mother of his children. And essentially, Foodie is the third spoke in the wheel. Foodie, this isn't the first time you've gotten yourself into this predicament. This isn't your first dance. Let's think back to when it first happened. When you got wrapped around Nader. Nader didn't love you either. And it was strictly a financial arrangement between you and Nader. That was the glue that held the two of you together. And you knew that. It was never a case of it started out with me just paying him and he fell madly in love with me and I could just stop paying him because the love was there. The love was never there with Nader. Same thing with Salah. You entered into some sort of contractual agreement with Salah, and that agreement is still very much in place even after 3 years. It's all about the money. You approached him and said, here's the deal. I'll pay you to act as my husband on camera. If you do that, I'll give you money. You don't have to touch me. You don't have to really be involved with me. Just pretend to be my husband. And he said, okay, as long as there's nothing physical going on here, we can do it. So that was the agreement. And where it always gets messed up with the men that you pay for companionship is that you want more than what was specified in the agreement. You want real feelings. You want real love. That was not part of the contract. So you start out being okay with the agreement, but then after a while, you feel that you deserve more. You need more. So you strive for more. And then you get mad because the person that you're focused on, they don't want you like that. They don't love you like that. They want to keep things as it is, but your emotional self can't handle it because you feel like you deserve everything if you pay a certain amount to a man. I guess nobody ever taught you that you don't pay for real love. It's only something given for free. And just because you spend X amount of money on a person does not mean that you are owed love or owed in a relationship after you spend said money. You can spend $1 million on somebody. It doesn't mean that you're owed a relationship or you're owed their heart. They either love you or they don't. But that's where everything gets all messy. You involve your feelings in a business relationship. You try to mix business with pleasure. And you're just not getting that. As far as Salah and Nader, your pleasure is not their business. They want nothing to do with that. They don't want to get mixed up with you in a emotional bond kind of way. They just want to get paid. It's strictly about the paycheck, baby.
And that's the unseen obstacle. I'm the third wheel in something, and
Yep.
I'm feeling triggered by being the third wheel. I don't get time. The negative influence here as well, the Seven of Pentacles. You plant your seeds in shit, you're gonna get shit out of it. You plant your seeds in good soil, you're going to get great plants. Again, she has put her seed, she's put all of her eggs in one basket, and now it's kablooey. It's everything's on the ground. There are no more eggs. Everything has been cracked. The yolks are everywhere, and you can't do anything with it. You just have cracked eggs on the sidewalk.
And he's the last one. Foodie, you can get mad at me all you want, but we both know he's the last one. You don't have the income like you used to. You don't have the health like you used to. You don't even have a solid, stable home. There are no more men waiting behind Salah to take his place if you decide to leave and go back to Canada. You will be completely alone, and you know this. And that's why you won't go back. And another reason why you won't go back to Canada is that you know yourself, don't you? You know you're a severe addict, and I'm not making fun of that. I'm not. But you know that you've got severe addictions to food, to the green products. And if you go home to Canada, you're going to be like a bird released from a cage. set free amongst all your vices, and you will indulge. You will overindulge. You will make yourself sick. And there's no one that's going to be there to reel you back in, to control the money, to stop you from buying the things that you want. You will end up in a hospital within 2 weeks. You won't even make it out of the airport when you get back. You'll walk to the airport, you'll smell the Burger King, the KFC, the McDonald's, and off you go. So you're stopping yourself from going back to Canada, A, because you don't have a home, B, because you know you'll be there by yourself, C, because you can't control yourself when it comes to your vices. You've not gone to therapy, you're not in recovery, you don't know how to say no to yourself. So you're trying to stay away from leaving because you know what's going to happen if you do leave.
That's what's going for her. The Two of Pentacles reversed. She is putting, she's not giving money. The first bank of Chantal is over. Because here in the past, the Hierophant, this is a marriage, this is a relationship, this is a commitment that never really, that it's been broken down for a while. There might be stuff on paper, but energetically it's done. It's over with. It's kaput. It's nada. There's nothing there. If she is trying to hold on to some sort of like thread that keeps her and Salah together, there is nothing there. She is grasping at air. The only thing that ties these two together is a signature on a dotted line, and even then paper can be burned, okay?
Yeah.
As here in the future, the Knight of Pentacles, she's slowly but surely going towards new opportunities, new things, new investments for where she wants to go. All right, what else can we get here? Again, she's trying to manifest something, manifest new news, going viral, getting her name out there. She's trying to manifest and come up with ideas, but she's not coming up. She hasn't been able to figure out what to do.
But that's because of where she's at. There's only so much she can do in the environment that she's in. Like the old Foodie Beauty back in Canada actually gave a crap about her channel. Would sit there and brainstorm about what can I do to shock people? What can I do to really surprise people? What shocking thing can I say or do to get the reactors talking and set Twitter on absolute fire? But she lost that fire in herself to do those things. She got lazy, she got complacent, and she just stopped thinking about what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And Foodie, you're going to hate me for saying this. I mean, when you were by yourself, you did a lot better. The moment you started on this manhunt of I've got to be with a man and I've got to have a man by my side, that's when everything started to go to, yeah, you made a lot of money during Crackhead Olympics because things were crazy. But then after that, you started on the downturn. And it's been like that ever since. And it's been years. People have been waiting for things to get interesting for years. And a lot of people are tired of waiting. They're tired of things. They're waiting for things to pick up and they haven't picked up. A lot of people are just like, they're turning away from you. They're tired of waiting around. You are arrogant and you are assuming that people will wait for years and years and years and years on you to come back to Canada and be interesting. But in the meantime, while you're assuming that, interest is going somewhere else or could potentially go somewhere else. Like you're assuming that the window of opportunity will always be open, but little by little, day by day, it's shutting just a little bit more. And if you wait too long, the window is going to be all the way shut. To the point where even if you came back to Canada and you took off the abaya and you took off the hijab and you did classic Foodie Beauty things, you might be shocked to find out that even then, nobody's watching. Nobody cares because they got tired and they got off the bleachers and they walked off the field. Your name doesn't have the popularity that you think it does. You and Amberlyn Reed hopped on the back of the mukbang trend. That's how you got to be known. But every trend, eventually it fades away. People are not interested in it and they move on to something new. And it's been 8 years for you. And the interest is waning and it's just about done. So you can stay at Siri if you want to. Go right ahead. Do it. Do what you want to do. But don't be running around thinking that you can stay away another, 2 or 3 years or another year. And the audience that you once had, that they're all going to be there waiting, because they may not be. Time passes on. Things happen. You may not want to move, but while you're not moving, life is moving. Things are happening. Things are changing. You don't want to keep up with the times? Okay. But other people are on the move and they're on the go. You might miss your opportunity to turn things around for yourself.
Why is this? Because she just doesn't have the energy. She
Nope.
needs to see a doctor like yesterday about certain people, places, things. Because up here, she's got heart issues up to wazoo. Girl, you could be like, oh, this is this is like love, connections, relationships, healthy. This is also a gosh darn heart. Material influences, physical influences. Girl, your heart is on its gosh darn last legs. She's looking to pass over there because, yeah, the hopes and fears. You're getting a wake up call. Wake up. Wake up. You don't have the energy to do this. Wake up. She wants extra added energy, though. She wants to get other people moving and shaking and to kiss her ring and to get the energy to do what she wants to do. Because, again, the unseen obstacles here is the cult, hidden societies, hidden magical practices. She needs to knock this shit off and trying to break other people up and just get her own shit figured out.
Can I just say something on that note? Foodie, many, many years ago, I knew some people that were into the dark arts. I've never done the dark arts, but I've known some people who did. One thing that I noticed about those people who were involved in the dark arts, there was a pattern between them all, no matter who they were. Those who were involved in darker magic, dark arts, they were always sick, like physically sick, tired, fatigued, bad things always happening to them. Like there's a price to pay for messing around with that dark energy. Like it's different people, different walks of life. And if they played around with that dark energy, it's very draining on oneself. Like bad things started happening to them. I'm just letting you know.
Because what's negative influence here? She is unbalanced. She is the third wheel, not the yin to the yang. She is off in the ethers. She's not the earth and the moon. She is not the sun. You know what she is? She's a gosh darn asteroid on the asteroid belt, just another person in this whatever dynamic that she's in. She's just another asteroid on the asteroid belt. She is no moon. She is no star. She is no nothing.
You know, Foodie, you're looking for a place to belong. And where you're at right now, you don't belong there. You don't belong in Syria. You don't belong around Salah. You don't belong around Salah's family. That is not where you're supposed to be. I don't know where it is you're supposed to be, but I know you don't belong there. You don't fit in. You don't want to fit in. You don't want to be someone to be around his family and be a positive influence. You want to be by yourself. You want to be left alone. You want your own private space. And yet you are around a family. You're around a family unit. At the same time, you don't like to be around a family unit, and you're causing disruption, not just for yourself, but for the other people that are there. I hear that you want to break up the family unit. You want Salah all to yourself. But let's just say you got him all to yourself. Do you think that's going to help anything? No, it's not. He doesn't love you. He's never going to love you. He's never going to fall in love with you. And if you try to separate him now from his family, all you're going to do is breed more resentment and more hate inside of his heart than what he already feels for you. And believe me, he feels a tremendous amount. He's happy being around his family. He's very unhappy being around you. You don't make him happy. You're making him very unhappy, and he wants you to leave. And there's a part of you that you want to leave too. So do the obvious thing and get out of there. Stop trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It ain't working. It's not working on a personal level. It's not working on a financial level. There's loss every which way you look. Just look at things clearly, acknowledge it, and move on. Let this go. Not because of what I'm telling you, not because people want to see you back in Canada. Do it because it's right for you, and it doesn't make sense to hold on to something that's broken completely apart.
So what's going for her? She's so badly like desperate for love, hope, connection, romance, dates, but she's not getting any of it because it's not meant for her. What's
Nope.
meant for her is meant for her. What's not is not. Because here in the past, again, more bad magic, ill intentions, bad karma, and now here in the future, she emergency change, community rapid change. Get that fire truck, and it's going to be revealed. There's something joy, consciousness, vitality, new things are coming for her in the future that are about to be revealed. This has been a long time coming. Maybe this is going to be during Taurus season, especially with having the bull here. I know that's quite far away. Or it could be with the sun in Taurus, or even like the moon in Taurus as well. But with this fire truck here as well, there is something with the community that we are building towards here in the future for her. Okay, let's take a look at what's the dynamic between her and Salah. What other stuff can we know about her and Salah? Do we want a different deck for this? Yeah, let's grab a different deck. What's going on between her and Salah?
And I know this is kind of odd for me to say right now, but I know a lot of people want Foodie to go back to Canada because they think that the content will be better. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not holding my breath because she could go back to Canada and be as boring as she is in Syria. But a little side note, little word of warning. So if things happen in Syria where things are completely broken apart between her and Salah, one thing I know about Chantal, Foodie Beauty, is if things in her personal life are falling apart, if everything's in tatters and torn, what does she do? She lashes out at people. So how does she do it on YouTube? She doesn't just stop at making comments about people. She will go after archive channels, clip channels, reactors. She might throw strikes. She might do privacy complaints. She might use other people to do her dirty work. There might be people in the community who are not reactors, who are just community members. She might get a bone up her nose and go after those who are just commenters on videos or people in live chats. What I'm saying is, if you're someone and you are in girl world somewhere, it might be a good idea to lock down your social media accounts right about now. this might be the calm before the storm. This might be a really good time to lock down your personals, lock down your socials, make them private. If there's anything out there of you online, like stuff about your job, your family, your friends, uh, put that on lockdown, because Chantal may go looking around for stuff on people, or she may have other people do it for her. And there might be some harassment of some kind. Maybe people's jobs being contacted, or fans or family or friends being contacted. She might be looking for dirt to hurt people if she's been hurt. Like, hurt people hurt other people. So this might be the calm before the storm. Protect yourself, protect those you love, protect where you work. If there's anything out there publicly about your job, where you work, your work phone number, you might want to hide that right now. And I mean right now. Just saying.
Let's see. What's going on between her and Salah? What can we get with?
Like, if Salah tells her to leave Syria and the Mariam persona is no more, she might be in vengeful, wrathful, angry, pissed off, Foodie Beauty mode and on full meltdown. She might have the mindset of, if I'm going down, I'm going to take some people with me. I don't care who it is. I don't care where they're at. I don't care if they're a reactor. I'm hurting, so I'm going to do my doggonest to hurt people too.
Her and Salah. Okay. What else can we get between her and Salah? Anything else? Okay. I don't know what any of these are, but I don't know. I'm trying to group these. All right. And then any additional information about pile 1 here? What's going on between her and Salah? And then just pile 2 here. Okay. And that's happening in July. And then I do want to get a green card here for just the dynamic really between the two of them. Okay. So this is all about love, essentially. So we do have some timelines here. We have November. We have July. So it's always having to do with love. So what's going on here in November? So we have the kangaroo. Unsettled times need to plan ahead. We have wreath, sorrow over a loss. Lily, spiritual love. And vine, seek out information that will help you. So in November, looking with Salah and Chantal here, I don't know if they're going to make it this far. I'm hoping. We will see. But seeing all of this, especially with the sorrow over loss, kangaroo, vine, lily in November here, it's like we're transitioning over from one point to another. With this kangaroos as well, with their little babies here, it's like I don't know why when I saw this, it's like we need to family plan for things here in the future. Why is this? Because we have sorrow, we have loss, we're losing income, we're losing opportunities, we're losing a dynamic here. Because with the spiritual love as well as the vine, it's like we need to get more information about people, places, things kind of going on around us. Looking here in July, we have the vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. We have a box, which you will receive a gift, as well as a wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. What else can we get here to bring this all together? Messages, spiritual enlightenment. It almost feels like in November, Foodie's gonna have a very rough November. People are trying to tell her, you need to move on from this situation. You need to plan ahead, think about different things because you know what's right for you and what's not. But you're kind of just you're just trying to celebrate everything that's going on with the martini. You're trying to party. You're trying to like I almost want to say Foodie, in my opinion, in November, it's like this is supposed to be a happy, joyous, fun time, but in reality, it's not because we're trying to plan ahead. You need to get ahead. You need to figure out what your next steps are. Because here in July, we have mortality, ending, spiritual transformation. Because you got to start something new. And in the center of it, she's been getting there's been downloads since July of this needs to end. This love, this relationship needs to go away. You need to have connection up to your higher self. We need to do different things. We need to do different place. But like it's time to end something. There's new things on the horizon for her, and maybe the timelines as well. Maybe this is like supposed to be this last July. I'm hearing yes for this last July. It's like there was new things that were coming, but you decided you knew something needed to end, but then it's still going. But now it's going to end in November. Like this ends now in November because it's time for spiritual protection, warding off negativity, and then it's spiritual light, hope, and ritual, more legal issues, and there's the new moon again, along with get grounded and rooted in your faith of what is really going on. Sorry for the there we go. Should be a little bit better. But again, with Foodie and Salah, it's just feeling like we're just trying to pass the time with one another. There's a lot of issues coming in for them from July to November. You're supposed to be helping each other out, but there's no help here. It's just everything needs to come to an end. Things need to come to an end. Get rooted in faith in your responsibilities and your love for one another. And not between Salah and Chantal, but between them and other people. So, okay.
Like all that Foodie's doing is just prolonging the inevitable. Just she knows what she needs to do. She knows that it's bad. She knows she should let this go. And yet all she's doing is prolonging what she knows needs to happen because she doesn't want the scenery to change. She doesn't want to leave Syria. She doesn't want to leave Salah because if she left Syria and she left Salah, then the next question becomes, now what? Now where do I go? Now what do I do? Foodie has said herself out of her own mouth, she doesn't like change. Change is scary to her. She gets comfortable somewhere and she wants to stay there, even if where she's staying is hurtful and she hates it. She will stay there just because she doesn't want to deal with the now what part that comes after. So like she's prolonging what she knows is coming. And Foodie has a pattern of when it comes to relationships or being around people, you have to pretty much force her to leave. She's not going to leave on her own. She's not going to shake your hand and go, let's just stay friends. We tried to make it work. It did not work. Let's just part as friends and let me walk away easy. No, it's never easy with her. She's far too clingy, jealous, insecure, childlike. She doesn't want to do any adulting. She wants someone around to do all the adulting for her. She even said, I like being around other people because then I don't have to think. She wants all the responsibility to be on somebody else's shoulders. But if she's alone, she can't look towards somebody else to take care of her and to think for her. She's going to have to think for her doggone self, which is what she needs to do.
What else? What other information do we need to know about Salah and Chantal? Let's just take a look here. What other information can we know about Salah and Chantal? Just looking at their dynamic currently. How is Salah feeling about Chantal?
He hates her. And that's putting it mildly. He resents her. He wants her out of there so bad he can taste it. But he needs the money, so he's putting up with her.
How is Salah feeling about Chantal? Let's just take a look at that, especially with all this whole hullabaloo going on. How is Salah feeling about Chantal right now? Five of Cups. I'm ready to drop you. I'm ready to move on from you. I'm ready to let you go completely. Why is this? Because you haven't been giving up the goods. You haven't been giving up the money. It's imbalanced. Uh, we're imbalanced in finances, materially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and the such. So, for material influence, you've broken my heart. You've betrayed our trust. You betrayed what's been going on. Hopes and fears. I'm going to separate from you. I'm done with you. I am done. Because the unseen obstacle here, though, is she's trying to come in and be a dictator to everything, everyone, and the such, being like, you can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of me. I'm going to control you and nobody but you. And you're going to like it. The negative influence here as well is he is addicted to something, someone. He is overindulging. He is not within his right frame of mind because of things that he is doing and trying to break free from. He needs to break free from the vices of which keep him numb to the circumstances around him. And that is not occurring right now due to materials or substances being provided to him to numb himself out to the world.
I got a question for Chantal. Chantal, the times that you and Salah get along the best, the times where he's spending the most time with you, yes or no, party favors are involved. I got to feel like that's the only time the two of you get along the best is when you're both under the influence of something, maybe a few things. If you're sober, if he's sober, you can't see eye to eye. You're not getting along. But if he's high and you're high, then he can tolerate you. And because that was the case with you and Natter. When you and Natter were partying together, he could tolerate you. It takes someone being under the influence to tolerate you. But if they're sober, they don't have that power. So is that when you and Salah get along and laugh? Is when you are under the influence and he's under the influence? But beyond that, no. Because if that's the case, that's not a good sign. Definitely not this kind of sign that you need for a relationship. If two people have to be high to be around each other, they're not in love and they're never going to be in love ever.
What's going for him is the world reverse. Pretty soon the world's going to come crashing down on him, where he has been numb before, and that's where he is right now. He is numb to the circumstances he is in. The world's going to come crashing down, and eventually, honey, and it's going to break his little head of what he's been doing. Because here in the past, manifestation, magic, juju, I'm trying to manifest my own power, do what I need to do when it comes to her. And here in the future, things are going to come to a screeching halt when it comes to Chantal. It's like things are not moving forward. Things will not move where, what, when, who, what, when, where, why, or how. There's a moment coming here of I need to separate from her, but he is numbing himself out right now to the point of I really can't care, because this is supposed to be a new seed, a new thing that we were supposed to be doing. Because the why is this? Because the feather, people have been trying to get a hold of him. Messages coming in being like, this isn't working, get your shit together, where's your head right now, because it's not attached to your thing. Because the negative influence or material influence, you've been trying to build up these resources, build up this relationship, and it just keeps failing each and every time. Because your hopes and fears, you want to go to the next level, but you need to get rid of the baggage that comes with it. That's how he's feeling about Chantal. Unseen obstacle as well. She is overindulging in her vices. She is controlling him in all the things, poisoning him in his mind, because the negative influence here for him as well is mortality, the death, the ending is on its way for him as well if he doesn't straighten his self out. And then what is Chantal going to do if he's 6 feet underneath the ground? She sure as hell isn't staying in Syria,
Nope.
because the negative, what's going for him right now, he has a lot of people who love and connect with him as well, with family members, because here in the past, it's like justice, balancing the scales, legal institutions in the past, trying to manifest, trying to bring new things, trying to balance the scales, do what he has to. But here in the future, he needs to get grounded and rooted in reality, and not keep repeating the old cycles. End the cycle of which this is. This is the sunset, right? He needs to end the cycle. He needs to stop this, the end of the era, end of the day, end of what's going on right now. Get rooted and rounded in every day, in your emotions, in what you're doing, in what you're thinking. The boat is not here anymore. The boat isn't coming into port. There is nothing coming. There is nothing coming for you and or other people. You need to make the living of which you are, of what you have around you, because it's time to go trying with the airplane. It's like, why go by boat when you can go by air? And there's a different way of going about it for him. How's he feeling about her in the future? She has got to get on the plane and leave. That is where Chantal has to go, because he is now starting to see the perception of reality. See through beyond the shine, get spiritual discernment, perception, clarity, see through the sunglasses and take those rose tinted ones off. That's where this is headed. That's where it's going. That's what I'm seeing. So thank you so very much for watching. If y'all want to let me know what your thoughts are, or if you have different topics you want me to go into, let me know down below. Otherwise, feel free, like, comment, subscribe, hype me up. They have this new thing called hype, so you can hype up my videos if you would like. And I would appreciate the engagement, as it helps more people find my videos. It's free to do. And I don't think it's tracked. I don't think. So otherwise, I really just want to say a great big thank you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me or join YouTube members, you can do so using the links in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Otherwise, I really just want to say thank you so very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So thank
Wonderful reading, Sunburst. Thank you for doing it. And I know that this reading was Foodie Beauty leaving YouTube, and lo and behold, she's back. But there was still a lot of great information here, and that's why I decided to react to it. So thank you guys for watching. It's like almost 4 in the morning right now. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube, and then I'm getting my butt in bed with Queen Booger. So thank you guys for being here, and don't forget to look down below in the description for the link for Sunburst Tarot's original video. You can sub up to her channel, check out all of her wonderful content, and she also does private readings. So y'all take care and have a good one. Bye.